Hey you! Today we're gonna suit up. We're used to have our clothes produced in countries far away, letting them travel thousands of kilometers before we just wear them a couple of times. But how can industrialization and globalization change the world of how we're dressing, our cultures? And is this more of a political statement than we think? Let's find out. I'm new to this whole YouTube thing and I want to improve myself to give you better content. I want to talk with you about economics, its history, its impact, and also why it's important for us all and therefore understand the world a little bit better. If you are interested in these topics or you just want to see the channel grow, please do not forget to click subscribe. Also, please let me know in the comments below what I can do better and what topics you're interested in. With this out of the way, let's go back to the video. You probably have a family member yourself, no matter if it's your dad, your brother, your uncle, your husband, or someone else going to work in a suit, right? And when I say suit, we more or less think all of the same outfit, which looks universal the same. No matter if you're from the USA, South America, Europe, Africa, or Asia. Of course, there are small individual differences to styles and cuts and preferences, but they are all the set of jacket, sometimes a vest, and the suit pants. This set of garment was established first already in 1666 in England at the royal court. As Samuel Pepys noted on the 8th of October into his diary, "The king hath yesterday in council declared his resolution of setting a fashion for clothes, which he will never alter. It will be a vest, I know not very well how, but it is to teach the nobility thrift and will do good." One of the intentions behind this was already to stimulate the British wool industry. Just 8 days after Charles' decision, the new dress code was fully accepted, as Pepys noted. "The court is all full of vests, only my lords and Albans not pinked, but plain black. And they say the king says the pinking upon white makes them look too much like magpies, and therefore hath bespoke one of plain velvet." Even though the king preferred plain vests, at that time the suit itself was way more extravagant and expressive, and the style changed over the time. Just during the 18th century, a more standardized style became more prevalent, which was heavily influenced by the merchants which were doing international trade. With the international trade often came wealth, and with wealth, social recognition, also from the ruling class. But the merchants did not just bring goods, ideas and wealth. Dutch merchants brought the cotton industry to Manchester, which was until then less known in England and was, unlike wool and linen production, not regulated. The suit, it was already some kind of uniform for the people whose industry did not have a specific wear garment. Working garment was very important at that time, as it showed the social status, which usually was defined by one profession, meaning people working in an industry without working garment often were looked upon. Because of the liberal society and the liking of each other, the gentry and the merchants established the suit as a workaday clothes for the bourgeoisie. Everyone was allowed, as long as you could pay for it, to wear a suit, as it was neither a military dress nor working garment. During the 19th century, the suit slowly became an essential for the European bourgeoisie. The biggest push for the suit, however, happened in the mid of the 19th century from the USA. The production was heavily modernized, meaning more industrialized with a high amount of standardization, producing ready-to-wear suits. American cotton had a high quality and the big production with high standardization made for cheap products with a high quality, which made the suit more accessible for people of all classes. However, with this wide accessibility, the dress still had to fight some more battles between the classes. The super rich preferred tailor-made suits with rich and fancy accessoires, the invention of fashion tradition, which was also some kind of vehicle to set oneself apart from the common folks. Even nowadays, we still talk about white and blue collar jobs. In America, the big businessmen, the ultra-rich like John D. Rockefeller or J.P. Morgan, started buying their favorite suits, the tuxedo, in the Savile Row, as it was the most expensive spot in the US to buy clothes. The suit became an international success as it was considered to be modern and the export was easy. From 1890 onwards, the suit was worn worldwide, no matter of Europe, America, Latin America, Africa or Asia. By the way, the big industrialization also led to one of the changes in the attire which we still see in our suits nowadays. The creases. As the stores who sold the suits, or the ships which were exporting them, were stacking the suits in heaps, this put creases in the sleeves and the trousers, which were just kept, and the creases were maintained, to which the invention of the trouser press also contributed. Even though in Europe and America the suit found its popularity in the middle class, leaders of other nations like Turkey, Afghanistan or Japan ordered their public officials and delegates to wear a suit to implement a modern and Western style in the country, leaving their traditional roots behind. In the end, fashion is still a statement. It's a language we are all speaking, even if we don't want to. With this suit always has some kind of a message. Wearing a suit usually means accepting a dress code which comes with a given set of rules. The suit gives a message of wealth, success, accountability and power. Therefore, this suit can also be a political statement, like when Coco Chanel or Christian Dior adopted the style to female fashion, stating women want to reflect and share the same attributes coming with the suit as the man. A counterstatement to the capitalist Europe and American style suit is the Mao suit, which was a standardized garment for all classes in China, finding huge international popularity under intellectuals and socialists which sympathized with the communist idea of Mao Zedong. As you see, a fashion statement in economic, social, but also political regards. Of course, the styles wearing a suit changed over the time and are less strict nowadays. Wearing a vest, for instance, became way more outdated. Often wearing a tie is not required anymore, or wearing a suit in general is not as popular in offices and the working space as it once was. Despite this development, the suit still has the power to transmit a message, why it's on the one hand still so prominent in ceremonial events like in politics, but also something private like weddings. On the other hand, it is still a form of communication, as I said before, that we still understand and decipher. And the messages are manifested for centuries and didn't change much over time and contributes how we react or perceive other people and those wearing a suit. And the key factor that this message is universal understood by all the people around the world, despite their background, lies in the industrialization and the wide accessibility of the suit. This is how strong economy can influence our culture, our daily life, and also how we communicate directly or indirectly. So how about you? Are you wearing a suit for work, or if you're a woman, do you prefer a man wearing a suit? Would you have thought that the economy would have such a big impact on our culture to dress? Do you agree that fashion is always a statement, or what are your thoughts in this regard?
Please let me know in the comments below and mention what other topics I should cover in the upcoming videos. Also, maybe you want to check a previous video of mine where I'm discussing former colonies, why they are still poor and why this won't change in the near future. And if you are interested in economics or economic history, please also subscribe to my channel to not miss on upcoming videos. And I'll see you in the next one.